My wife called me while I was cutting beautiful heavy wood. She did not say hello or ask about my busy day. She told me she just inherited millions of dollars. She ordered me to pack my dirty clothes and get out of her clean house immediately. I stood inside my noisy, dusty wood shop completely silently. The large, heavy machines buzzed loudly around my tired body. I am 55 years old and I build expensive custom furniture. I know perfectly well that one tiny small mistake can ruin a beautiful wooden table completely. I wish I paid that same careful attention to my broken marriage. My wife Evelyn sounded incredibly victorious and totally cruel on the phone. She said her rich Uncle Thomas finally died and left her his massive fortune. She wanted me gone before she returned home tonight. Any normal husband would panic and scream loudly in pure shock. A weak man would cry and beg his rich wife to let him stay. But I did not feel any sudden dark panic or heavy sadness today. I felt a very cold, quiet, absolute understanding settle inside me. I knew the woman I married 25 years ago was completely gone. She was replaced by a greedy, selfish stranger. But Evelyn did not know my biggest, most important secret today. She had absolutely no idea what I was hiding from her cold, cruel eyes. 2 short weeks ago, her sick, dying Uncle Thomas called my personal phone. He was resting in a quiet, bright hospital room. His old voice was very weak, but his smart mind was incredibly sharp. He told me he needed to warn me about his final legal will. Uncle Thomas told me Evelyn was incredibly greedy and deeply selfish. He knew she would try to destroy my quiet, happy life. He said he put very secret special protections inside his official documents. He told me to stay perfectly calm and document every single detail carefully. He promised me that Evelyn would make a massive, foolish mistake very soon. I asked him what I needed to do to survive her attack. He just told me to trust the legal process completely. So when Evelyn called me today, I was already perfectly, totally prepared. I looked at the round clock on my dusty shop wall. It was exactly 2 in the warm, bright afternoon. I told my loyal, busy workers I had a serious family emergency. I washed my rough, dirty hands and walked toward my old, simple truck very slowly. I drove my quiet truck toward our large, beautiful shared house. I used every single minute of the short drive to think carefully. Uncle Thomas warned me this exact terrible dark storm was coming. I was completely ready to face my cruel, greedy wife right now. I pulled my old truck into my familiar, quiet driveway. Every single bright light inside the large house was completely turned on. Evelyn was staging a very dramatic, loud public show for me. I opened the heavy front door and walked inside my own beautiful home slowly. Evelyn stood in the large, bright living room incredibly proudly. She wore an expensive dark suit like a rich, important boss. She looked at my dirty work clothes with pure, absolute, total disgust. She pointed her sharp finger at the clean wooden dining table immediately. A thick yellow folder rested perfectly on the clean table. Evelyn told me those were official legal divorce papers. She ordered me to sign the white pages and leave her rich property forever. She said her expensive, smart attorney prepared them earlier this busy, bright afternoon. I walked toward the wooden table and opened the heavy folder. The white papers looked very serious and incredibly important. But I am a very careful, smart business owner. I look at official legal business contracts every single day of my long working life. I noticed a massive, terrible problem with her official documents immediately. The clean white pages had absolutely no official court stamps. They had no real legal case numbers printed anywhere. They were just fake cheap papers printed to scare a foolish, weak-old man today. I looked at the cruel, greedy woman standing in my house. She was the mother of my two beautiful, sweet, grown daughters. But I only saw a cold, calculating, empty stranger today. I picked up the small black pen and signed the fake papers quietly. Evelyn smiled a very proud, happy, victorious smile at me. She thought she totally defeated me without any hard, difficult fight. Then I placed the black pen down on the table. I pulled my smartphone out of my dirty pocket very slowly and carefully. I took very clear, bright pictures of every single signed page. Evelyn lost her proud, happy smile instantly in pure shock. She demanded to know what I was doing with my phone. I told her I was just documenting our business transaction for my personal records. I walked into our quiet bedroom and packed a small black bag. I packed my clean clothes and my important daily medicine. I packed my heavy silver laptop and my personal business files. I did not take anything that belonged to her greedy, selfish hands. I walked back toward the heavy wooden front door quietly. Evelyn watched me closely with her dark, cold, angry eyes. She waited for me to beg or cry or show terrible, heavy weakness. Instead, I smiled a very small, peaceful smile. I wished her good luck. I walked out of my beautiful house without looking back. I drove my old truck to a cheap, clean, quiet hotel nearby. The simple hotel had many security cameras watching every single dark hallway. Security was not crazy paranoia anymore tonight. It was absolute basic common sense. I placed my small black bag on the clean hotel bed. I opened my heavy silver laptop and connected to the internet. Uncle Thomas told me to document every single tiny detail carefully. I logged into our joint family bank accounts to check our shared money. Evelyn always paid our monthly household bills for many long years. I completely trusted her to manage our shared family money safely. I focused all my daily energy on building my successful woodshop. I started looking at our old bank transactions very carefully tonight. The recent daily purchases looked completely, absolutely, perfectly normal. I saw normal payments for fresh groceries and monthly power bills. Then I started looking much deeper into our old financial history. I checked our bank statements from 5 and 6 and 7 long years ago. That is when I found the terrible, ugly, dark secret. I saw many strange small money transfers hiding in the documents. Evelyn sent $500 here and $800 there. She always sent the stolen money to an unknown secret private bank account. The secret bank account belonged to Evelyn's old greedy mother. I kept reading the terrible documents with a very sick stomach. The quiet secret theft lasted for 7 long continuous years. I opened a new clean spreadsheet and started adding the stolen money together carefully. The final heavy total was exactly $200,000. Evelyn slowly stole my hard-earned money for 7 long years. She hid the massive theft while smiling at me every single morning. This was a very careful, cold, calculated, cruel plan from the beginning. The new millions of dollars from Uncle Thomas were just an excuse. She finally had enough rich money to throw me away completely. I took very clear pictures of every single stolen money transfer. Then I opened my personal email to check my daily messages. I found a very scary message in my dark spam folder. It was an official email from my medical health insurance company. The serious message said Evelyn requested to remove my name completely. She tried to cancel my important health insurance 3 days before calling me. I have a very serious, difficult daily health condition. My important medicine costs $800 every single month. Evelyn tried to strip my safe medical coverage away secretly. She wanted me to suffer a terrible, expensive medical crisis while totally alone and incredibly poor. I sent all my terrible dark evidence to my smart lawyer. His name is Mr. Hayes, and he is incredibly intelligent. We met the next sunny morning to discuss my dangerous legal situation. I showed him the fake divorce papers and the stolen money records immediately. Mr. Hayes told me the official estate hearing was happening today. The city probate office required my personal attendance this afternoon. Evelyn did not know I was officially invited to the important meeting. We drove to the large gray city building together very quietly and confidently. Evelyn was already waiting in the long, cold building hallway. She wore a very expensive custom suit and shiny gold jewelry. She looked at my simple, cheap clothes with pure, absolute disgust. She angrily demanded to know why I was crashing her private family business meeting. Mr. Hayes stepped forward and spoke with a very calm voice. He told Evelyn that Uncle Thomas specifically requested my personal attendance. A serious older judge called us into a large, quiet room. She opened a very thick, heavy legal file on the clean wooden table. The serious judge told Evelyn she inherited over $2 million. Evelyn smiled a very proud, arrogant, happy, victorious smile. Then the strict judge announced there were incredibly heavy, strict restrictions. The massive fortune was tied inside 3 large, expensive city rental properties right now. The official legal will contain a very specific, strict firm rule. Evelyn could not sell the 3 rental properties for 5 years. She could not evict the current poor tenants from their homes. She could not raise their cheap monthly rent payments for 5 long years. Evelyn lost her proud, happy, arrogant smile completely instantly today. She realized she was forced to be a busy, tired landlord. Then the serious judge announced the absolute best, incredible news. She said Uncle Thomas appointed me as the official legal compliance observer for the estate. The judge explained my new, important, powerful legal role clearly. Evelyn could not make any major financial decisions without my approval. I had to personally document and verify every single business choice. Evelyn screamed loudly that I was not a true family member anymore today. The strict judge told Evelyn to stay perfectly, totally quiet. She said Uncle Thomas wanted to protect me from sudden, cruel eviction. The will stated Evelyn could not use the inheritance to attack me. She could not throw me into the cold street without proper support. Evelyn looked completely, totally pale and incredibly, deeply panicked. Her fast, easy path to massive, rich wealth was totally destroyed. She was completely trapped by her smart, dead uncle's final wishes. I sat quietly and thanked Uncle Thomas for his beautiful, perfect, brilliant, sweet revenge. We sat quietly in the large, serious legal meeting room. Suddenly, my personal phone buzzed loudly inside my dark pocket. It was an urgent text message from a local real estate agent. The nervous agent said my wife was trying to sell our shared family house. The fast message said Evelyn listed the beautiful house last night. A very rich, powerful buyer submitted a massive cash deposit today. The angry buyer was demanding to sign the final official papers immediately. I showed the scary, urgent text message to my smart, calm lawyer. Mr. Hayes told the serious judge about the illegal secret sale. The strict judge officially documented the unauthorized dirty real estate transaction. We quickly left the gray building and drove to the real estate office. We drove incredibly fast to stop the terrible illegal sale. I called the nervous real estate agent from the moving car. The agent sounded incredibly stressed and very deeply panicked. He said the angry rich buyer was waiting inside his small office. The buyer was a retired federal judge with massive heavy political power. Evelyn lied and told the agent she owned the house completely. She showed them fake legal papers to prove her complete ownership. She wanted to steal my half of our beautiful shared family home. We arrived at the busy real estate office in exactly 15 minutes. We walked inside and saw a very serious older man waiting. He radiated massive strong authority and deep heavy pure power. Mr. Hayes introduced himself politely to the angry retired federal judge. We needed to clarify the true legal ownership of the expensive shared property immediately. We sat down inside a very small, quiet, cold conference room. Mr. Hayes explained the entire complicated legal situation very clearly. He showed the angry judge the official documents from the morning hearing. He proved Evelyn had absolutely no legal authority to sell the shared house. The retired federal judge listened without interrupting our clear story. Then he turned to look at the incredibly nervous real estate agent. He asked if the sweating agent verified my cruel wife's legal authority. The pale, shaking agent said Evelyn seemed very confident and highly professional. The angry retired judge stood up from his comfortable heavy chair. He demanded his massive cash deposit returned within 48 hours. He apologized to me for the terrible, messy, incredibly stressful situation. He promised to report the illegal fake sale to the state legal commission. Evelyn tried to use a powerful federal judge to steal my money. Instead, she made a very dangerous, powerful new angry enemy today. Her crazy, greedy plan completely, totally exploded in her own pale face. I finally felt a deep, quiet sense of true, solid safety. Evelyn failed to sell the beautiful shared house today. She was incredibly angry and very deeply desperate for fast money. She decided to attack my two sweet grown daughters next. She wanted to force them to choose her rich side immediately. My oldest daughter, Lily, called my phone that quiet evening. Her soft voice sounded incredibly tight and very deeply worried. She said she visited her angry mother earlier today. Lily said she secretly recorded their terrible dark conversation on her smartphone. Lily sent the secret audio file to my phone quickly. I sat on my quiet hotel bed and pressed play carefully. I heard Evelyn talking with a very cold, cruel voice. Evelyn told my sweet daughters that I was a weak, foolish man. Evelyn said she planned to leave me for many long years. She said she finally had enough rich money to escape my boring life. Grace asked her mother what would happen to their expensive college tuition. Evelyn laughed a very cold, dark laugh. Evelyn told Grace she controlled all the important family money now. She said she would only pay for their expensive medical school if they abandoned me completely. She ordered her own sweet daughters to choose the rich winning side immediately today. She threatened to cut them off without a single shiny penny. She wanted to buy their loyal love with her new fake wealth. The terrible recording ended with a very heavy, quiet silence. I felt incredibly sick and totally heartbroken for my innocent girls. Lily spoke to me with a very strong, firm, brave voice. She said she and Grace already made their final permanent choice today. They refused to accept any dirty money from that cruel, toxic woman. They chose to stand right beside their loving father. I told my brave, beautiful girls I was incredibly proud of them. I promised to help them pay for their expensive school completely. I told them to focus entirely on their bright, beautiful futures safely. I felt a very deep, warm, pure, powerful love. I sent the terrible audio recording to my smart lawyer immediately. Mr. Hayes listened to the cruel, dark conversation very carefully. He told me the secret recording was a massive legal victory. Evelyn just gave us the absolute perfect weapon to destroy her completely. Evelyn thought money could buy absolute total pure loyalty from anyone. She completely forgot that I spent 25 years raising our daughters carefully. I taught them how to be honest, good people every single day. Real true love is never for sale ever. I visited my smart lawyer early the next bright sunny morning. Mr. Hayes looked very serious and incredibly deeply focused today. He told me the probate office finally delivered a secret personal package. It was a thick, heavy envelope from my dead Uncle Thomas. My personal name was written on the front very carefully. I opened the thick brown envelope with cold, shaking, tired hands. I found dozens of old secret letters hiding inside the package. The quiet letters were all addressed directly to me, but never actually sent. I opened the very first old letter slowly and carefully. It was written exactly 12 long, painful years ago. Uncle Thomas wrote that he saw Evelyn at a fancy, expensive restaurant. She was sitting with a handsome younger man who was definitely not me. Uncle Thomas wrote that they looked incredibly comfortable and very romantic together. He wanted to tell me the ugly truth immediately. But he did not want to destroy my happy, peaceful family completely. He called himself a weak coward for staying completely, totally silent. I opened the next secret letter with a sick, heavy stomach. This dark, terrible letter was written exactly 10 years ago. Uncle Thomas saw them kissing together again. This time he finally recognized the handsome, strange man clearly. It was my best friend Marcus. Marcus and I were incredibly close best friends since college. We shared many happy memories and built a strong brotherhood together. He ate warm dinners at my kitchen table very often. He smiled at my face while secretly sleeping with my cruel, selfish wife. Uncle Thomas wrote that he felt physically sick keeping this dark secret. He decided to document every single dirty detail for me carefully. He knew I would need solid legal proof to defend myself someday. He built a massive file of their secret dirty affair. The final quiet letter was written just 3 short weeks ago. Uncle Thomas wrote that Evelyn visited his quiet hospital room. She tried to force him to change his official legal will. She wanted him to remove all my special safety protections completely today. The smart old man totally refused to sign her fake papers. He protected me like a true loving father until his final breath. I set the heavy letters down on the clean wooden desk. A massive, terrible, dark storm finally became perfectly, absolutely clear. Evelyn and Marcus betrayed me completely for over a long decade. They laughed at my foolish, innocent trust behind my back. I felt a very cold, quiet, absolute anger fill my tired bones. I finally had the absolute, perfect, ultimate weapon to crush them. Mr. Hayes looked at me with very sad, gentle, kind eyes. He told me there was one more important paper hiding inside the envelope. I reached inside the thick package and pulled out an old medical document. It was a hospital blood type chart. The old medical chart was printed when my daughter Grace was born. Uncle Thomas wrote very careful, clear notes near the bottom edge. He wrote that Evelyn had blood type A completely. He wrote that my personal blood type was exactly type O. The official hospital document clearly stated that Grace was blood type AB. I stared at the strange letters in absolute pure total confusion. I am a very smart logical man, but my tired brain refused to understand the simple, clear medical math today. Mr. Hayes quietly explained the basic hard science to me. He said a father with type O blood cannot possibly have a child with type AB blood. It is a complete total biological impossibility. The heavy dark room started spinning very violently around me. Grace was not my true biological daughter at all today. She was the secret biological child of my fake best friend Marcus. Evelyn lied to my innocent face for 23 long years. She made me raise another man-child while smiling at me. I felt like I could not breathe the clean, cool air. My smart lawyer told me I needed to take an official DNA test immediately. He said this powerful medical proof would completely destroy Evelyn in front of any serious family judge today. I looked at the old medical paper for a very long time. I thought about Grace calling me Dad with pure absolute love. I thought about her brave choice to stand right beside me yesterday. She rejected her mother dirty millions completely for me. I told Mr. Hayes we would never use this medical document publicly. I told him we would never order a silly DNA test. Biology does not make a true real father. Love and time and daily hard work make a truly real proud father. I held my sweet daughter hand when she was very sick. I taught her how to ride a small red bicycle safely. I wiped her warm tears when she was incredibly sad. I gave her my whole entire heart for 23 beautiful long years. Grace was my true real daughter completely and absolutely forever. Marcus only donated tiny microscopic cells. I gave her my entire beautiful life. I refused to let Evelyn dirty dark lies destroy my beautiful sweet innocent child. The quiet secret would stay hidden permanently. We collected all our massive heavy evidence together very carefully. We officially filed for divorce citing terrible financial fraud and long adultery. We submitted the secret audio recordings and the stolen bank records. We also submitted the old letters from dead Uncle Thomas. Evelyn arrogant lawyers saw our massive solid legal proof today. They instantly realized they were completely, totally defeated in this fight. They knew a serious judge would throw Evelyn into a dark prison for heavy fraud. They begged us for a fast, quiet, private settlement immediately. We crushed Evelyn completely during the final serious legal meeting. I received our beautiful shared house and my successful wood shop entirely. I received a massive cash payment to replace my stolen money. Evelyn was left with almost absolutely nothing but her cheap rental properties. Evelyn had to pay heavy, massive taxes on her new inheritance. She had to pay her very expensive smart lawyers immediately today. She was totally locked into managing poor, cheap rental properties for 5 long years. Her fast, easy path to millions was completely officially destroyed. She tried to move into a fancy, expensive city apartment. But she was totally broke within 2 short, quiet months completely. Marcus abandoned her completely when he realized she lost all her money. Her toxic, greedy choices left her totally, completely, entirely alone forever. I received an incredibly amazing phone call later that same week. A massive aerospace manufacturing company offered me a huge, powerful job. They wanted me to be their chief operations director in beautiful Colorado. They offered an incredibly huge, rich monthly salary and massive benefits. I accepted the amazing, beautiful new job immediately with pure joy. I sold my old shared house and my small wood shop quickly. I packed my simple, clean clothes and drove toward the huge, beautiful, tall mountains. My new, bright, fresh life was officially finally beginning. I felt incredibly free and perfectly, totally peaceful inside my soul. The heavy, toxic weight of my dark marriage was completely, entirely gone. I was finally stepping out of the cold, dark, sad shadows. I was walking directly into the bright, warm, beautiful morning sun. I looked at the long open road stretching far ahead completely. I did not feel any sad, bitter anger holding my tired heart back. I knew Evelyn was suffering alone inside her dark, empty, cold apartment. But I truly did not care about her terrible punishment anymore. I only cared about building a beautiful, happy future for my family. I smiled widely as I crossed the wide state border into Colorado. The tall, majestic, snowy mountains welcomed me like a true old friend. My greatest, beautiful, perfect revenge was officially totally complete today. 8 long, quiet months passed very peacefully in beautiful, sunny Colorado. I stood on my wide wooden balcony watching the bright morning sunrise. The massive, tall, rocky mountains looked incredibly majestic and truly beautiful today. My new important executive job was wonderfully challenging and highly rewarding. Lily and Grace visited my new large apartment every single month. Grace transferred to a fantastic medical school right here in cool Colorado. Lily found a great smart job in the busy downtown city perfectly. We were much closer and much happier than ever before today. My 2 beautiful daughters arrived at my apartment tonight for warm dinner. We cooked delicious hot pasta and laughed very loudly together safely. The sweet, happy music played softly in the bright, clean kitchen completely. Nobody ever mentioned Evelyn or Marcus in my quiet, safe home. After we finished our warm, sweet dessert, Lily smiled at me gently. She told me they wanted to celebrate my true, strong character today. She said I survived a terrible, massive betrayal without becoming a cruel, bitter, angry man. I stayed perfectly honest and totally decent. Grace hugged my strong, tired shoulders incredibly tightly from behind today. She told me I taught them how to walk through a dark fire bravely. She said I showed them what a truly good, decent man looks like. I felt warm, happy tears in my old eyes. I looked at my 2 beautiful, smart, strong daughters incredibly proudly. I realized that Evelyn tried to completely destroy my entire happy life. But her cruel, dark betrayal actually saved my life completely, totally today. She accidentally freed me from a very toxic, miserable, fake marriage forever. I lost a greedy, selfish wife who never respected me at all. I lost a fake best friend who lied to my innocent face constantly. But I gained a massive, beautiful new career and deep, true, quiet peace. I gained a completely honest, happy, bright, secure future. I never told Grace about the terrible secret medical blood document. I burned the old hospital paper into tiny gray ashes completely. She was my true, beautiful daughter, and that was the absolute only truth. We protected each other with pure, strong, endless, loyal family love. True ultimate revenge is never about screaming inside a cold courtroom. True revenge is not about watching your sad enemies suffer terrible pain. True revenge is living an incredibly successful, beautiful, happy, healthy life today. It is walking away from dark, toxic poison completely forever. I smiled at my sweet daughters and drank my hot black coffee. The bright, warm morning sun shined perfectly on my happy, calm face. I survived the absolute worst dark storm of my entire long life. My pure quiet peace was my absolute greatest sweet victory forever.